The galaxy had always looked at Earth with mild curiosity, but never with respect. To most advanced civilizations, humans were a young species, still learning to explore their own system, still dependent on simple technology compared to the shining fleets of older races. Even when humans built ships capable of leaving the solar system, the other species saw them as small and fragile, a novelty to be observed and then forgotten. Captain Aaron stood on the bridge of the largest of Earth's new warships, the Obsidian Dawn, and watched the stars move past the viewport. He was a tall man with calm features and sharp eyes, the kind of eyes that seemed to miss nothing. Around him, the crew moved with quiet efficiency. Every person knew their role perfectly, from the youngest navigator to the chief engineer, who was checking the dark matter drive cores one last time. The Obsidian Dawn and its two sister ships had been built in secret over decades. While the galaxy flaunted weapons that blazed with energy and fleets that glittered with light, humans had learned to use something older and deeper. They had mastered dark matter technology, bending the invisible fabric of space to their will. The ships could move faster than any known drive, shield themselves with a bending of gravity, and strike in ways that no other civilization could imagine. Outside the Star Council station, alien observers crowded their bridges and balconies. They could see three matte black ships approaching. Their design was strange, almost invisible against the darkness of space. Elder captains whispered to one another, mocking the simplicity of Earth's vessels. Three tiny ships? Against the entire fleet? How amusing, one elder said, his voice low but proud. The council chamber itself, a giant rotating sphere filled with the leaders of dozens of species, buzzed with excitement and ridicule. Aaron did not respond to the whispers. He did not even look at the mocking fleets. His focus was calm and deliberate. The humans had not come to entertain. They had come to show that the galaxy had underestimated them. Every crew member knew that the moment would be historic, that the galaxy would either laugh or tremble. Inside the council chamber, a young delegate from a water-based species floated forward. His body shimmered in hues of blue and green, reflecting the energy of the council hall. "Humans," he said, voice echoing in the chamber. "Your ships are small and untested. You will not survive this demonstration. You must prove your worth or leave." Aaron's first officer, Lyran, a quiet and thoughtful woman, tapped his shoulder. "Captain, sensors show their entire fleet is ready to engage," she said. "They believe they have the advantage." Aaron nodded once. "Let them believe," he said. His voice was steady, almost soft, but it carried the weight of certainty. "We do not rush. We wait. They will see our strength in their own time." The human strategy was different from the flashy displays of older races. While others relied on bright plasma cannons and energy beams, humans had studied subtlety. The Obsidian Dawn and its sister ships could bend light around themselves, hide from sensors, and travel through space in ways that seemed impossible. What others considered empty darkness was, for humans, a place of control and power. As the three ships approached the edge of the Council station's orbit, alien eyes strained to detect their movement. Nothing happened. No beams of light, no energy trails, no loud announcement of arrival. The human ships floated as shadows against the stars. Attention grew in the council chamber. The laughter and mockery faded, replaced by curiosity. Something about these quiet ships unsettled the elder races, though no one could yet explain why. Back on the Obsidian Dawn, the crew continued their preparations. Engineers checked the dark matter cores, ensuring that the energy fields were stable. Weapons officers calibrated the unseen systems that could warp the very space around enemy ships. Navigators plotted the initial courses, not for attack, but for positioning, knowing that patience was as powerful a weapon as any cannon. Aaron walked along the bridge quietly, observing each crew member. "Remember," he said, addressing them as he often did, "we do not fight to destroy without reason. We fight to protect. We fight to show that humans can endure where others hesitate. Today, we are not just showing our power. We are showing who we are. The crew nodded. Each person felt the weight of history in their hands. They understood that this was the moment the galaxy had ignored humans for too long. If they succeeded, every species would have to rethink what they believed about Earth and its people. Outside, the alien fleets began to murmur nervously. Something about the stillness of the three ships was wrong. The elders could not detect the energy signatures of weapons, shields, or engines in the usual ways. The humans were like ghosts in the void, silent observers of a galaxy that thought it ruled the stars. And so, as the Obsidian Dawn and its companions hovered at the edge of the council station, waiting for the signal to move, the galaxy watched. The silence stretched, tense and unbroken. No one could guess what humans would do next. No one knew that this quiet moment would mark the beginning of a war unlike any other, one that would teach the galaxy a lesson in respect, fear, and wonder. The stars shone cold and distant, but on the bridge of the Obsidian Dawn, Captain Aaron felt the warmth of certainty. The humans were ready. The galaxy, for the first time, would see them truly. The council chamber glowed with light from dozens of alien species, each one more colorful and strange than the next. Their ships filled the viewports, glittering with energy shields, glowing engines, and weapons that seemed capable of destroying planets. They had all gathered to see what the humans could do. None of them expected anything impressive. Captain Aaron stood silently on the bridge of the Obsidian Dawn. He did not need the lights or noise. He had seen countless simulations and drills. The crew had trained for decades for this moment. They had studied every type of alien fleet and developed tactics that no other species could match. Patience and precision were their greatest weapons. A booming voice echoed through the council chamber. It belonged to the elder leader of the Stellar Concord, a being with silver wings and a crown of crystal. "Humans," the leader said, "your ships are small and untested. You come before us with nothing but shadows and whispers. You must show your worth. You must demonstrate power or leave. The galaxy will not grant respect without proof." Aaron did not reply immediately. He looked at Lyran, his first officer, and saw her calm nod. They had expected this moment. He turned to the communications console and sent a simple message. "We accept your challenge. Our ships are ready." The council murmured in surprise. The elder races had assumed humans would try to hide or retreat. Instead, the humans had acknowledged the challenge without hesitation. Some of the older species tensed. Even the smallest flicker of doubt was enough to unsettle them. As the council spoke, humans' ships floated silently in orbit outside the station. The Obsidian Dawn and its two sister vessels were simple in appearance, black and smooth, almost invisible against the dark background of space. Alien captains leaned forward, straining to detect any signs of movement. Some laughed quietly, unable to imagine that these quiet ships could pose a threat to their advanced fleets. Inside the Obsidian Dawn, the crew moved with precise efficiency. Engineers checked the dark matter cores, ensuring the delicate balance of energy fields remained perfect. Weapons officers monitored sensors, even though the systems produced no visible output. Navigators adjusted the ship's positions, not for attack, but for perfect alignment. Every movement was deliberate, every step planned. Aaron walked along the bridge, observing his crew. "Remember," he said quietly, "they may laugh at us now, but we will show them that appearances are not power. Intelligence, patience, and unity are our greatest weapons." His voice carried calm authority. The crew nodded. Each person knew that the galaxy was watching, and the humans had to prove that they belonged among the stars. Lyran spoke next. "Captain, they are assembling their fleets for engagement. Their sensors cannot detect us properly. They are confused, but cautious." Aaron nodded. "Good. Let them feel uncertainty. Confusion is the first crack in pride." Outside, The alien fleets began to shift into formation. Bright lines of energy stretched between their ships, shields glowing like tiny suns. They believed they were showing strength and control. They did not yet understand that humans measured power differently. Humans did not rely on flashy weapons or blinding shields. Their advantage was subtle but devastating. A young human engineer, Kale, whispered to the officer next to him. "Do they know we are ready?" He was nervous, but excitement shone in his eyes. Lyron smiled slightly. "They will learn soon enough." The elder leader raised his hands, signaling the fleets to prepare. "Humans," he said, "show us what you can do. Fail, and leave this space." His voice was firm but carried an undercurrent of doubt. Aaron finally responded. "We do not seek your approval. We do not seek your judgment. We act to protect our people and to demonstrate truth. Observe closely. You will see that humans are unlike any you have met." The council chamber fell silent. The tension was almost unbearable. Alien leaders whispered, unsure of how to respond. No one had expected humans to speak with such confidence. The simple words carried weight, shaking the assumptions of even the most experienced commanders. On the Obsidian Dawn, the ships remained still. Sensors reported no immediate threat. The humans were calm, their movements deliberate. They did not rush. They did not strike prematurely. Every crew member knew that the moment of action would come precisely when it could not be ignored. In the council chamber, an elder commander laughed nervously. 3 small ships against hundreds of our vessels. What can they possibly do?" Aaron's voice echoed through the comm system, calm and steady. "You will see. Underestimate us at your peril." The laughter died. The silence that followed was heavy, almost painful. For the first time, the elder races felt a trace of fear, a hint that humans were not what they seemed. The dark ships floated like shadows in the void, calm, quiet, and waiting. The galaxy held its breath. The first movement would change everything. The elder fleets had challenged the humans. Now it was time to show that Earth's people were not to be underestimated. The stage was set. The challenge had begun. The stars around the Obsidian Dawn seemed colder, more distant, yet inside the ship, warmth and determination radiated. Captain Aaron looked at the silent expanse ahead. He knew that humans were ready, and the galaxy would soon understand the meaning of patience, precision, and power hidden in shadow. The silence outside the council station was unsettling. Alien fleets glimmered with energy, engines humming and shields shimmering. Every captain assumed they controlled the situation. They could see no weapons on the humans' black ships, no flashes of light, no thrumming of engines like those of other advanced races. It seemed impossible that these simple ships could pose any threat. Inside the Obsidian Dawn, Captain Aaron walked along the bridge, his expression calm. Sensors reported nothing unusual, yet that was exactly what they wanted. "They think they understand the situation," he said quietly to Lyron. "They cannot see what they cannot perceive. That is our advantage." Lyron nodded. Her fingers moved over the control panels, checking every system. "Dark matter fields are stable. Navigation alignment is perfect. Weapons are ready but hidden. The fleet remains undetectable." Aaron allowed a small smile. "Good. Patience is more powerful than haste. Let them wonder. Let them fear what they cannot see." Outside, alien ships shifted positions. Bright lines of light and energy formed complex patterns, signaling coordination and strength. Their sensors scanned the empty space where the humans floated. They detected nothing. Their confidence remained, but small doubts began to creep into their minds. Something was different about these ships. Something dangerous. A younger crew member, Tavin, looked at the screen nervously. "Captain, they are moving closer. They are preparing for engagement." Aaron nodded without alarm. "Let them come." They will learn the wrong lesson soon enough. As the fleets approached, human ships remained still. They were shadows against the backdrop of stars, unremarkable and unassuming. Yet within their hulls, technology far beyond anything the elder races had seen lay ready. Dark matter drives hummed softly, twisting space around the ships. Weapons systems were primed to warp reality itself. The humans had learned to control forces that other species only feared or dismissed as impossible. The first alien ships moved in formation, their energy shields bright and visible. Captain Lassar of the Starfire fleet, a veteran of hundreds of battles, laughed quietly. 3 black ships? They will not last a minute. They are nothing but shadows. Watch and learn, and then we will destroy them. Aaron's voice echoed across the bridge. Do not be so certain. Shadows can move in ways the bright cannot follow. Observe carefully. Power is not always visible. The human strategy was subtle but deliberate. While alien fleets assumed strength came from sheer size and firepower, humans had discovered that precision and timing mattered more. The Obsidian Dawn and its sister ships began slow movements, almost imperceptible, adjusting positions to bend the space around them. Sensors on alien ships picked up minor anomalies, but their officers dismissed them as interference or malfunction. Lyran watched the readings carefully. Captain, their sensors are confused. They cannot understand our location. They will assume we are stationary, but we are already shifting in their blind spots. Aaron nodded. Exactly. We remain unseen and unpredictable. That is our advantage. On the bridge, engineers monitored the dark matter fields. Kale, the youngest engineer, was still nervous but focused. Captain, our drives are holding perfectly. We could move at high speed without detection if needed. Aaron placed a hand on Kale's shoulder. Patience. The moment to strike will come when we control the battlefield. Right now, uncertainty is our weapon. Outside, alien captains began to murmur among themselves. Their confidence was waning. The humans had not fired a single weapon, yet something about the way their ships moved, almost like living shadows, was disturbing. The elders had never faced an opponent so calm, so quiet, and yet so precise. Tobin leaned closer to the sensors. Captain, they are reorganizing. They think we are preparing for retreat, but we are moving perfectly to counter them. Aaron allowed a small nod. Yes. Every action, even stillness, is deliberate. They cannot predict us because we do not act as they expect. In the council chamber, the elder leader's voice grew tense. What are these humans planning? Their ships do not signal energy, yet they maneuver. Their silence is dangerous. The tension spread through the fleets like a cold wind. Alien captains who had been sure of victory were now uncertain. The humans' quiet presence challenged every assumption. What could 3 small ships do against hundreds of vessels? That question began to stir fear. Back on the Obsidian Dawn, the crew prepared for the first action. No one rushed. Engineers monitored power distribution, weapons officers checked field stability, and navigators calculated every potential movement of the alien fleets. The humans were ready to act when the moment was perfect. Aaron looked at the black expanse outside the viewport. Remember, he said, we do not attack blindly. Every strike will be precise. Every movement will demonstrate our strength. Today, the galaxy begins to understand humans are not to be underestimated. The stars outside remained indifferent and distant. Yet inside the Obsidian Dawn, a quiet energy hummed through the ship. The humans were no longer just observers. They were shadows in motion, and the galaxy had not yet realized that the calm before action was more dangerous than any flash of light. The alien fleets continued to shift and prepare, unaware that every step they took played into the hands of humans who had already mastered the battlefield before the first strike. In the darkness, unseen and unchallenged, The stage was set for a lesson that the galaxy would never forget. The silence of space broke suddenly, not with a flash, but with a subtle, strange ripple. Outside the council station, the alien fleets moved in their bright formations, engines glowing, shields humming. They had been confident moments before, sure that 3 small human ships could pose no threat. Now, something in the void disturbed that certainty. On the bridge of the Obsidian Dawn, Captain Aaron watched quietly. "Prepare for the first strike," he said. His voice was calm, controlled, but every word carried the weight of command. The crew responded instantly, their training perfect and precise. Weapons were not visible, but their power waited, hidden beneath layers of dark matter and space-bending fields. Lyron checked the sensors again. "Captain, the fleets are moving closer. They are unaware of our true position. The moment is ideal." Aaron nodded once. "Good. Execute the plan." Outside, no one could see it at first. The 3 human ships seemed to drift lazily, still and unremarkable against the backdrop of stars. Then, a distant ripple appeared, like the bending of light over water. One of the largest alien cruisers shuddered violently. Its shields flared, then collapsed. Crew members shouted in alarm, trying to understand what had happened. "What is this?" demanded Captain Lassar of the Starfire fleet. "No weapons fired, no energy signatures detected, yet our ship, it is breaking apart." Inside the Obsidian Dawn, Kale and the engineers monitored the dark matter field. "It worked, Captain. The first strike is complete." The field warped their shields and hull. They could not resist. Aaron allowed a brief nod of approval. "Excellent. Now we continue, but carefully. Precision first, destruction second. Every move must be controlled." The alien fleets froze in disbelief. Another ship vanished, leaving only a faint distortion in the void where it had been. Their sensors screamed, trying to detect the source, but it was useless. The humans had learned to move and strike in ways that the galaxy could not imagine. Their weapons were not beams or missiles, but controlled warping of matter itself. Every strike appeared sudden and impossible. In the council chamber, a low murmur grew into panic. "What are humans doing?" asked one elder commander. His tentacles shook as he gestured wildly. "Their ships are shadows. They are untouchable." "How is this possible?" Lyron watched the alien fleets carefully. "Captain, they are beginning to panic. Their coordination is breaking down. They are unsure where to aim or how to respond." Aaron's eyes narrowed. "Good. Fear is part of the battle. But we do not act recklessly. Maintain calm. Continue to control the battlefield." The Obsidian Dawn shifted slightly, almost imperceptibly. The 2 sister ships followed in perfect synchronization. Each movement bent the space around them, making it impossible for alien sensors to track accurately. Another cruiser disappeared without warning. The galaxy, so confident in its power, could not comprehend what was happening. A young weapons officer, Sarah, spoke in awe. "Captain, their fleets are breaking apart before they can even respond. The first strike has shaken their confidence completely." Aaron's expression remained calm, but a spark of pride showed in his eyes. "Yes. But the battle is not over. We must continue carefully, showing our strength without losing control." Outside, alien commanders struggled to reorganize. Bright energy lines twisted and snapped as shields tried to compensate for the mysterious attacks. Their formations were crumbling. What had seemed impossible just moments ago was now undeniable. Humans were not only capable, they were masters of tactics that no one else had learned. Inside the Obsidian Dawn, the crew moved with precision, each action deliberate. No one panicked, no one hesitated. Every crew member knew the stakes. Every strike was calculated to demonstrate power and control, not just destruction. This was humanity's message to the galaxy: underestimate us, and you will fail. Tobin, monitoring the ripple effects of the first strike, whispered, "Captain, the remaining fleets are confused. They do not know where to focus. We have the advantage." Aaron placed a hand on the console. "Yes. And we will keep it. The moment they understand, it will already be too late. This is how humans take the stage. We do not need hundreds of ships to dominate. Precision and courage are enough." The alien fleets began to withdraw slightly, unsure of how to respond. Their energy shields flickered as their crews tried desperately to detect the human ships. It was too late. The first strike had shown the galaxy that Earth's people had powers that no other species had mastered. Fear had replaced confidence, and silence followed, heavier than any explosion. The stars continued to shine coldly and indifferent. Yet in the bridge of the obsidian dawn, warmth and determination filled the space. Humans had proven, without shouting or flashing weapons, that they were forces to be respected. Shadows had moved, and the galaxy had been reminded that appearances could deceive, and that even small, quiet ships could change the course of history. Captain Aaron looked out at the distant fleets, calm and resolute. The first strike had been successful, but it was only the beginning. Humanity's place in the galaxy was no longer a question. The galaxy would remember this moment, and it would never underestimate Earth again. The galaxy had never seen a battle like this. The elder fleets, once confident in their size and firepower, now floated in uneasy silence. Their shields flickered, engines strained, and commanders shouted frantic orders. 3 small human ships had shattered the illusion of control. The Obsidian Dawn and its sister vessels moved slowly and deliberately, unseen but unstoppable. Captain Aaron watched the sensor readouts carefully. The alien fleets were reorganizing, trying to form defensive formations. Bright energy shields flared as they adjusted, but humans' dark matter fields bent reality around them. Every strike they had made had not only destroyed ships but also sown confusion, breaking the confidence of even the most experienced captains. Lyran leaned over her console, eyes scanning the displays. "Captain, their formations are unstable. They are reacting too late. Our advantage is growing with every moment." Aaron nodded once. "Good. Maintain control. Precision first. Every movement matters more than their energy or numbers." Outside, alien ships began to fire volleys of plasma and energy beams at empty space. They could not find the human ships. Their sensors detected nothing: no engines, no weapon signatures, no heat. Confusion and panic spread quickly through the fleets. Even the bravest officers hesitated, unsure of how to proceed. Kale, monitoring the dark matter drives, whispered to his colleague, "Captain, they are trying everything. Nothing works. We could strike at any fleet and they would never see it coming." Aaron's calm voice carried authority. "Do not rush. Our strike must be controlled, not hasty. Observe. Wait. Confidence will crumble without our weapons needing to fire again." Sarah, the weapons officer, smiled quietly. "Captain, they are beginning to split. Their coordination is breaking. Their fleets are turning on each other in confusion." Aaron allowed a faint nod of satisfaction. "Exactly. Humans do not rely on noise and firepower alone. Intelligence, patience, and unity are stronger than any energy cannon." Alien commanders called out frantic orders. Some tried to regroup their fleets, others attempted to scan the human ships with advanced sensors. Bright energy beams sliced through space, but the humans' dark matter fields absorbed or redirected them. Each attempt failed. The elders realized slowly, painfully, that they had underestimated Earth. Their arrogance was cracking. Inside the Obsidian Dawn, the crew worked as one. Engineers monitored the delicate balance of energy within the dark matter cores. Weapons officers tracked subtle gravitational distortions, ready to manipulate space at a moment's notice. Navigators ensured every movement remained invisible, unpredictable, and precise. Every human on the ship knew that this moment was historic. Aaron walked slowly along the bridge. "Remember," he said, "we do not act to destroy recklessly. Every move is a demonstration of capability and control. Let them fear what they cannot see, but never lose discipline." Lyran observed the alien ships carefully. "Captain, they are beginning to retreat slightly. Fear is spreading. Our control is complete. They do not know what to do." Aaron allowed a small, rare smile. "Yes. The first strike taught them the lesson. The second phase is theirs to feel. We show restraint, but they will understand true human power." The alien fleets hesitated, unsure whether to continue attacking or withdraw. Their engines burned bright, shields pulsed, and energy weapons flared, but every action seemed to push them further into confusion. The humans' calm, deliberate movements made every bright attack ineffective. The galaxy was learning, in real time, that humans had mastered something older and deeper than any energy weapon. Kale and the engineers exchanged a glance. "Captain," Kale said, "we are holding perfect control over the field. Any fleet we face is powerless to strike us." Aaron's eyes remained focused on the stars ahead. "That is exactly the point. We are not reckless. We are humans. We adapt, endure, and act with precision. The galaxy underestimates us at its own risk." From the council chamber, voices echoed in frustration. Alien leaders were yelling, questioning each other, unable to comprehend how 3 ships had broken formations that had taken centuries to perfect. Confusion had replaced pride. Fear had replaced arrogance. Humans had not even fired a second strike, yet the elders felt powerless. The Obsidian Dawn and its sister ships drifted like shadows, calm, quiet, and perfectly coordinated. The fleets around them shifted in chaos, unable to respond effectively. Bright energy beams wasted themselves against invisible targets, engines burned, and confusion reigned. Aaron spoke finally, voice steady and commanding. "Hold the line. Observe. Let them feel the strength they cannot see. Every move teaches a lesson. Every reaction confirms it. Humanity does not shout. Humanity shows." The stars seemed indifferent, yet space itself felt the tension. Outside, the galaxy had begun to understand that humans were not simply small ships from a young world. They were masters of precision, control, and strategy. The first strike had been a lesson. Now, the escalation had proven that the galaxy's confidence had been misplaced. Humanity had not yet fired all its weapons. Yet fear spread among alien commanders, confusion fractured their fleets, and the calm determination of 3 small ships had shifted the balance of power. Earth's people had begun their demonstration, and the galaxy would never underestimate them again. The galaxy had never known such silence. Not the quiet of empty space, but the heavy, uneasy silence of fear. Alien fleets hovered, engines humming nervously, energy shields flickering, while commanders whispered frantic orders that went unanswered. The 3 human ships, calm and unassuming, floated like shadows at the edge of the council station. Their presence alone had disrupted the confidence of the galaxy's most experienced fleets. Captain Aaron stood on the bridge of the Obsidian Dawn, observing the scene with quiet control. He did not celebrate. He did not boast. Silence was a weapon in itself, a demonstration of calm power. "They are beginning to understand," he said to Lyran. "Confidence is gone. Fear grows. And yet they cannot see the source of their failure." Lyran nodded, eyes scanning the sensors. "Captain, their formations are completely fractured. Their fleets are drifting apart. They cannot communicate effectively. Their leaders are unsure of what to do." Aaron's expression remained calm. "Exactly. Observation teaches more than firepower. They do not know how to respond, and that is our greatest advantage. Hold positions. Show patience. Let them feel the weight of their own uncertainty. Outside, the alien fleets shifted cautiously, engines bright and shields raised, but no one dared advance. Every attempt to locate the human ships failed. Every volley of energy dissipated harmlessly against invisible defenses. The galaxy, proud and experienced, had been humbled by 3 small vessels from a young world. Tavin, the navigator, looked at the redoubts with awe. "Captain, they are hesitant to move. They do not know where we are. They are frozen. The fleet is paralyzed by fear." Aaron nodded slightly. "Yes. Fear teaches faster than destruction. We are not here to destroy without purpose. We are here to show what humans are capable of. Let them feel it fully." From the council chamber, alien leaders began to murmur, voices trembling with uncertainty. Their once bright confidence was replaced by doubt and caution. Commands were given too late, ships collided or drifted too far from one another, and energy beams misfired. Every fleet that had once been proud now questioned its own skill. Lyron studied the tactical map. "Captain, the remaining fleets are hesitant to engage at all. They are afraid of moving into the unknown. Their pride is shattered, but they do not yet understand why." Aaron allowed himself a brief, rare smile. "That is the point. They must realize that power is not always visible. Control is quiet, patience is steady, and strategy is stronger than force alone. Humanity has arrived, and the galaxy cannot dismiss it." Kale, monitoring the dark matter drives, spoke quietly. "Captain, the fleets are holding their position now. They do not move. It is as if they are frozen by the presence of our ships." "Good," Aaron said. "That is all we need for now. Observe, hold, and ensure that the message is clear. Humans are not to be underestimated. Let them learn respect without a single unnecessary strike." Outside, alien ships drifted like colorful ghosts against the darkness of space. Engines burned cautiously, shields flickered with nervous energy, and commanders shouted orders that went unanswered. They were unsure how to respond, unsure where to strike, unsure even what humans could do. The silence was heavier than any weapon, heavier than any explosion, because it carried the weight of fear and uncertainty. Sarah, the weapons officer, glanced at Aaron. "Captain, they have not attacked for minutes. The fleets are completely still. They do not dare advance or retreat. The silence itself is working." Aaron's voice was calm, but carried authority. "Yes. Silence is the greatest lesson. We have proven that humans can control a battlefield without unnecessary destruction. They feel our presence, and that is enough to teach humility." Inside the Obsidian Dawn, the crew worked quietly. Engineers monitored systems, navigators held precise positions, and weapons officers waited for the next command. There was no panic, no haste. Every human on the bridge understood that this was a historic moment. 3 small ships had humbled the galaxy. Silence had become a weapon stronger than any energy beam or missile. In the council chamber, alien leaders hesitated to speak. The usual debates and proud declarations were gone. Fear and respect had replaced arrogance. The galaxy had been reminded that even a young world could teach a lesson to the oldest civilizations. Aaron finally addressed the crew. "Hold positions. Observe. Do not strike unless necessary. Today, we have shown our presence. Tomorrow, they will remember it. The galaxy must understand that humans are not to be underestimated." The stars continued to shine, cold and distant, but inside the Obsidian Dawn, warmth and quiet pride filled the space. Humanity had not shouted or rushed. They had moved carefully, struck precisely, and now the galaxy felt their power. The silence that followed was the heaviest and most effective message anyone could receive. The 3 human ships drifted like shadows, calm and still, while the galaxy around them trembled with the weight of realization. For the first time, the elder races understood that humans were no longer a minor species. They had arrived, and the galaxy would never dismiss them again. The quiet stretched across the void, and the elder fleets knew that history had been made. Humans had taken the stage, and the galaxy, for once, could only watch in awe. The galaxy was still. The elder fleets hovered in uneasy silence, their bright engines humming softly, shields flickering uncertainly. For the first time in centuries, the leaders of the galaxy could not find words. 3 human ships had shown them strength that no one could fully understand. The Obsidian Dawn and its sister vessels remained calm, their matte black hulls reflecting the distant stars, almost invisible, yet commanding attention through presence alone. Captain Aaron stood on the bridge of the Obsidian Dawn. His posture was steady, his eyes sharp, and his expression calm. The battle was not won through firepower or flashy explosions. It had been won through precision, patience, and understanding of forces that no other species had mastered. Humanity had taught the galaxy a lesson that could not be ignored. Lyran leaned over her console, scanning the fleets outside. "Captain, they are not moving. Every fleet is paralyzed. They are observing us, trying to understand what has happened. Our demonstration is complete." Aaron allowed a small nod. "Yes. They are learning. Respect comes from understanding, not fear alone. Today, we have shown that humans are capable, patient, and precise. That lesson will remain with them for a long time." Outside, the alien commanders whispered to each other, their voices trembling. They tried to organize their fleets, to regain confidence, but every action was cautious, every movement hesitant. Humans had taken the stage and shown that appearances could be deceiving. The galaxy had assumed that size and energy were the measure of power. Now it understood that intelligence, strategy, and calm determination could surpass them. Kale, monitoring the dark matter drives, spoke quietly. "Captain, they are not attacking. They do not know what to do next. Their confidence is gone." Aaron turned to him. "Exactly. Humanity does not need to destroy unnecessarily. Strength is measured by control and mastery, not by destruction alone. Today, the galaxy has seen that clearly." Sarah, the weapons officer, glanced at the tactical map. "Captain, the fleets are slowly withdrawing, but they are careful. They do not want to make a mistake. They understand our power, even if they cannot see it directly." Aaron's eyes remained calm as he looked out at the distant fleets. "Good. Let them leave knowing that humans can hold their place among the stars. That knowledge will last longer than any weapon. Respect is earned, and today it has been earned." The council chamber, which had once been filled with laughter and pride, was now quiet. Alien leaders hesitated to speak, unsure of what words could match what they had seen. Their pride had been shaken, and they understood that humans were no longer to be dismissed as a minor species. Humanity had arrived, not with boastful displays, but with control and precision that demanded attention. Lyran turned to Aaron. "Captain, the fleets are retreating, but they are leaving space clear for us. We have not fired unnecessarily, and yet they will remember this day forever." Aaron allowed a faint smile. "Yes. That is the lesson. Humans do not rush into war for pride or display. We act with purpose, patience, and strategy. That is our greatest power. The galaxy will never forget it." Outside, the stars continued to shine cold and distant. The 3 human ships drifted in calm formation, like shadows holding the galaxy's attention. No weapon flashed, no energy beam flared, yet every fleet that had once been proud now knew the truth. Humans were capable, intelligent, and unyielding when it mattered. Inside the Obsidian Dawn, the crew moved quietly, monitoring systems and maintaining formation. Every human aboard understood the significance of what had just occurred. They had shown the galaxy that Earth was no longer a world to be overlooked. Humanity had claimed its place among the stars, and it had done so with intelligence, courage, and unity. Tobin, watching the fleet slowly retreat, whispered, "Captain, they will never underestimate us again." Aaron nodded. "No. They will remember today as the day humans arrived fully. We have not conquered them. We have shown them a lesson in patience, control, and strategy. That is more powerful than any fleet of bright ships." The silence that followed was heavy, yet peaceful. For the first time, the galaxy understood that humans had a different kind of strength. One that came from within, from courage, intelligence, and unity. The Obsidian Dawn and its sister ships drifted calmly, their presence a quiet reminder that Earth's people were now equals among the stars. Finally, Aaron addressed his crew. "You have done well. Humanity has proven its place in the galaxy. Today, we have shown that we do not need to boast or strike recklessly. We act with precision, intelligence, and calm. That is the power of humans. The galaxy will remember it." The crew responded with quiet pride. Every person aboard knew that this moment was historic. 3 small ships had changed the perception of a galaxy. Respect had been earned without destruction, and fear had been tempered by understanding. Humanity had taken the stage, and the galaxy had gone silent. Outside, the elder fleet slowly withdrew. They would return to their worlds and councils, carrying stories of 3 small human ships that had shattered arrogance, demonstrated unparalleled strategy, and earned a place in the stars. The galaxy had learned that humans were not to be underestimated, that Earth's people had endurance, courage, and precision unlike any other. Captain Aaron looked out at the stars one last time before the Obsidian Dawn turned toward the edge of the Council system. Humanity had arrived, and its place among the stars was secure. The galaxy had gone silent, not in fear alone, but in respect, and that silence would echo for generations to come. The humans had shown their strength without blinding light, without endless destruction. They had arrived as masters of patience, strategy, and intelligence. And the galaxy would never forget the day Earth's dark matter warships took the stage.